Welcome to the Advice Show, media with a common sense approach. So you have a police commissioner that called President Obama the N-word, and he was exposed. Let me go ahead and roll the clip.
Topping our news this morning, a Wolfboro police commissioner is at the center of a controversy this morning. Commissioner Robert Copeland used a racial slur to describe President Obama, and now some people are calling for him to resign. The town held a meeting last night where Wolfboro residents voiced their outrage over this issue. Ray Brewer joins us live in the studio now. And Ray, did the commissioner who was there have anything to say about these comments?
No, he didn't say much at the meeting, Sean, but Police Commissioner Robert Copeland making no apologies for his comments about President Obama. What Copeland said, we cannot repeat, but the racial slur has prompted at least 100 people to demand his resignation.
One by one, Wolfboro residents voiced their anger about racial slurs Police Commissioner Robert Copeland made about President Obama.
This is a public office. And I just want to simply say there's absolutely no room for this anywhere in public office.
I think his statements are reprehensible.
Copeland made the statement at this restaurant. Jane O'Toole heard it and was outraged.
It was not like I was eavesdropping on a table next to me or a table across the room. He was very loud.
But Robert Copeland kept quiet during Thursday night's meeting. Asked to resign, he had nothing to say. However, in a letter to O'Toole, he admitted using, quote, the N-word in reference to the current occupant of the White House. For this, I do not apologize. He meets and exceeds my criteria for such.
It was an open admission of being racial.
Because they didn't get an answer inside, a group of people like Whitney White demanded answers after the meeting was over.
It's hurtful.
White and several others confronted Copeland as he went to his car.
Hold yourself accountable for what you said.
Where he made no apology.
It's because you're not giving examples of what's supposed to be inaccurate.
I admitted what I did. I made no bones about it.
The police commission is planning to meet to discuss what they should do next. There's no word yet on where or when that meeting will take place. Live in the studio, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
So Mr. KKK police officer states that President Obama met the criteria and exceeded the criteria to be called the N-word. Well, last time I checked, you just had to be black to meet that criteria. So if he exceed, well, I must like really exceed because I'm dark. Anyway, this type of guy is just horrible to see in a police uniform. And the fact is he was a commissioner. So how many black people he beat up over the years? How many he trumped up charges on, playing dope on? Because remember, he don't like us as black people. He got his Klan hood. He be in the woods with them idiots burning crosses somewhere, looking stupid. Like, who want to get with a bunch of grown men and some doggone sheets talking about I hate a group of people? Like, why don't you focus on the people you do like, you fool? But anyway, the lady who exposed him, shout out to her. I'm glad that she did that. And I also was glad to see the residents stand up against his racism. And I'm glad the residents wasn't mostly black. I'm glad they was actually white. Now, you may say why? Because it shows that not all white people are with that doggone KKK racism. I mean, we all, it's 2014, man. It's enough of all that crap. It's old. Racism is old as America because it got started on racism, and you can't say it didn't. So until the people get to the point they want to eradicate this stuff, racism needs to be everybody's issue, not just a black issue or Hispanic issue or Asian issue. You're not going to get rid of it until everybody get on one page. So you know what? How can we get rid of this stuff once and for all, and let's just live together? Now, that would be a great thing to do, but unfortunately, racism is passed down like an inheritance to a lot of people, and you have a lot of powerful people who got their Klan hoods in the closet, in government, in the judicial branch, police, whoever. That's the people we constantly need to expose. And if you expose these people, make them afraid, expose the Donald Sterlings of the world, expose them. That's the best way. Plaster their face all over social media, all on the television cameras. Well, forget the television cameras because they have their agendas too. But one thing they do not control is alternative media. That's why the FCC trying so hard to try to regulate the internet. I don't know if you guys heard about that recently. They really trying their best because they don't like alternative forms of media like people like myself who aren't controlled by them, who doesn't tap to their particular song. We just go ahead and speak the truth. We don't care about them like that. We don't have no corporate sponsors over here. And that's the best way to be. Hit me up in the comments, future commentaries, subscribe.